Have you ever had a near-death experience? Have you ever almost killed your own self? My name is Nevaeh Guzman, and I just passed my 3-year near-death anniversary on October 16th. Firstly, I was a senior in high school. I was 17 years old. It was the month of Halloween, the week right before Halloween. There was so many parties going on. I had been drinking almost every single day, going to parties, smoking marijuana. I had planned to party really hard on Halloween. I came home one day from a party. It was late at night. For a reason I don't remember, I got mad and I decided to go on a drive. When I decided, okay, I'm done driving, I want to go back home, I went on Vado, and then boom, I wake up 2 days later in the hospital. That's all I remember. When I had woken up, they told me that on my way back, I had went up to Vado and I hit the sign and I had rolled over. They told me that my car was completely crumpled up. They told me that my window was down and my seatbelt was off and I had flown out. And the doctors they think that the car rolled over on my arm because I had so much damage on my arm, but not much damage on the rest of my body. I had like road rash. I had road rash severely on my arm, and then I had like some scratches on my stomachs and my legs. When I woke up, they told me that my humor had shattered, so they reconstructed it to be an inch shorter, that my artery broke, my elbow broke, and my wrist broke, and that I had extensive nerve damage. And at this point, I had absolutely no skin. I had bars coming out of my arm to keep my arm together because it was so severely damaged. My mom had told me that they said that I might not live, and that if I do, I might not have an arm. And my mom was just grateful that I was alive, and so am I. I had another surgery a week later to reconstruct my bicep and I believe my nerves. And to help reconstruct my bones, since I had those metal bars in my arms. I had gotten physical therapy because even though my arm was broken, my skin was regrowing. I did not have a skin graft, so they didn't want my skin to web together and be stuck like this. So I was continually doing this. Even though my bones were broken, I was doing this. I had metal from here, a plate right here, and metal here. I had metal all along my arm. I had gotten discharged from home health because my skin had officially grown back a couple days before Christmas. At this point, my wrist and my fingers didn't work, so I had to get another surgery where they were moving my tendons so that I was able to go like this. So I was able to do this, and I had gotten that surgery. During all this is my senior year. I had become severely depressed. I stopped doing schoolwork. I had crashed 2 months into my senior year. I felt as if I was missing out on everything. After I had this surgery, where they were moving my tendons, I began to realize how grateful and how horrible things could have turned out. Not only could I have killed myself and traumatized my whole family more than they already were, I could have killed somebody else. And that is my greatest blessing, is that I didn't hurt anybody else. I began to see that if the officer was not there, I would have bled out to death. If my window was not down, I would have died. I would have been crushed in that car. I began to see my blessings, and I began to move forward. I almost didn't graduate because I had become depressed. I wasn't doing school. So at that point, I started getting all my stuff. I started doing school. I started going to graduate. Yes, you know what? I was disabled, but I did this to myself. At the end of the day, this was my decision to go drinking and driving. It was my decision to put my life and other people's life at risk. And, God had given me a second chance, so I decided I was going to take it. And I just want to say that I'm sorry for anybody that has ever lost their life to drinking and driving. It's not okay. I don't want to say that this is okay, and no, this is not okay. And this was a near-death experience that I caused myself. I caused my family so much pain, and I just don't ever want to see anybody do that again. And I just want to bring awareness to drinking and driving and how it costed me a disability. At the end of the day, I have my life, and that's so much that I could be grateful for. I have another surgery for my hands coming up. 3 years later, I have another surgery coming up because my arm is still a little bit disabled and my thumb needs to be tightened, right? I have a 4-month-old son. My life is moving forward, and I'm just grateful to God and to my supporters, my family, and everybody. And I have learned my lesson, and I want to spread my story so other people could learn their lessons and be proactive and not do what I did. Thank you.